you'll you'll have to forgive me because this movie just made me think. It brought a lot of emotions and memories. I see this house as this house. All the stuff in this house has a lot of sentimental value. Has a lot of memories. Because none of it was hers. Relax. It's just a joke, but seriously, none of it was hers. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. As always, I am your host, the real Gino Reynolds. Today, we're going to be talking about a movie that I didn't even know existed until a few days ago. Today, we're going to be talking about the new RomCom, The Broken Hearts Gallery. This movie stars Geraldine Viswanathan, who... I knew from Blocker she was John Cena's daughter in that, and I really liked her in that. So when I saw that this was coming to town, I was like, well, I need a new movie to see, and I liked her in that movie, so let's go see it. What this movie is about is you have a young woman that she, even though we don't use this word, she's a hoarder, and she keeps... keepsakes to remember things, whether it be through life, but mostly from relationships. You have this massive collection gathering up in her apartment, and I think it was over around, they show you like 8 years before and then to now. And she has a lot of stuff, and especially a lot of stuff from past relationships. She is seeing a guy that I didn't really get whether he worked for Bernadette Peters' character or he was just associated with. She works for Bernadette Peters' character, who has an art gallery, and it's like her dream to work there, and she does work there. But when her boyfriend ends up getting back together with an ex, they break up, and of course she's kept things of his, a tie being one of them. She leaves this gallery opening where she gets drunk and she basically makes a fool of herself and gets fired because the boyfriend slash whatever, ex-boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, he's there with the new girl, which was a former girlfriend of his. She calls for an Uber, and she ends up getting in the wrong car. She gets in the car of a guy named Nick, who she thinks is named, I think it was like Adolfo or something like that. But he sees that she's having a bad day, and he's having a bad day. So he decides, you know what, I'm just going to drive her home, even though he's tried multiple times to say, this isn't the Uber. And of course she cracks jokes all the way home. It's like, are you know, when she finally realizes that, he's not the Uber driver, she sees like paint cans and stuff in the back. She's like, you kidnapping me or whatever? She's like, why'd you drive me home? And he's like, I tried to tell you. But of course, later on, as rom-coms go, they end up hitting it off. And of course, a lot of general rom-com things happen. Look, I'm going to be honest about this one. I did like this movie. Is it amazing? No. Is it a decent rom-com? Yes. I think the reason why is, while it doesn't reinvent the wheel or anything, I mean, you can see the majority of things that are happening in this movie, you can see them coming a mile away. It's a pretty typical rom-com. You have the main character who has flaws or has issues that need resolved by the end of the movie. She's got her quirky friends. She's got a job that she wants. You got the new interesting, is he or is he not a boyfriend? I mean, there's just all sorts of the usual stuff. Are we going to get back together with the old boyfriend who broke up with the girl he just got back together with because now the main character is interesting again? And it's a lot of stuff you've seen before. That being said, I liked the majority of the characters in this, even though some of them are pretty cookie cutter. Geraldine Viswanathan is pretty good in this. She makes a very quirky but likable main character. She, of course, is the one that has lessons to learn. Now, the new boyfriend, Nick, he's not so developed, even though you like him too. He's alright. You like him. You want him to be happy. You want him to get together in the end. Especially since her old boyfriend's a douche. I mean, you can tell he's a douche right away. He's playing the douchey ex-boyfriend that wants to get back together again later in the movie. He plays it to a T. He's good. But Nick is pretty generic as a boyfriend character. He makes all the dumb decisions. Now, don't get me wrong. All the characters make these decisions, right? They make the friends, defend their friend against the new love interest when he did something wrong. The new love interest has a secret, and you know what it is. When the hotel's named after a girl's name, you pretty much know that unless he has a dead parent out there, or a dead mother or a grandmother, they do insinuate, or she insinuates, the main character insinuates, that he named it after his grandmother because he talks about his grandmother. Tries to tell her, nope, of course it's named after an ex-girlfriend. And that becomes one of the plot points. Big surprise. The love interest character does everything to the new love interest lineup of, rundown of things that new love interests have to do to move the plot along. So while you do like him, he's a pretty generic character. And again, a lot of the characters are fairly generic. But our main character, Lucy, though she does the typical things as well, at least she's likable and quirky and interesting enough that you're happy for her. You want her to succeed. There's a couple times where it's just like, you just want to say, chill a bit. But other than that, the main character is worth following. There's as for side characters, you have Bernadette Peters as Evil Wolf. That's the one she wants to work for. Of course, she becomes like a sage character that has advice from her past that, helps our character in the future. I mean, it's all here. All that stuff is here. There's a Silent Bob type character that he's going to speak at just the right time. Of course, with unlike Silent Bob, once this character starts talking, he never shuts up, and that's kind of the joke. So you have all the different characters, and while some of them may have got a little annoying every now and then, like her friends get a little annoying, but you still like them because they still do want what's best for their friend. But they're fine. They get a little annoying here and there, but not enough to ruin them or ruin the movie. So character-wise, things are fine. The story, you've seen it all before. You can see exactly where this one's going, so there's really nothing new here. If you've seen, a typical rom-com, you've seen this movie, so you have to like the characters to really invest yourself in the story that's going on. One thing I did like about this movie, though, is it had a little bit of heart to it. The heart that it had was whenever someone would bring an item into this Broken Hearts gallery that gets started in the new love interest's unfinished hotel, they do little video spots with them where they interview them. and they talk about their story or whatever. And some of them are kind of sweet. Some of them are just really funny. There is one where a girl, and of course, a lot of these videos are characters you've met, whether it be the love interest's best friend or his wife, which that one was kind of funny because it talks about someone she used to love and the picture she pulls up. It's just so out of left field. It was still funny. It was somebody famous. But a lot of it's characters and they bring up these videos. But one of them that was really funny was a woman had like a hoodie, and she goes, "Yeah, I know, marrying like this, stoner loser wouldn't have been a good idea, but she was reminiscing on like their past sex life. She goes, yeah, I make my husband wear it when we're having sex," and it was just hilarious. I got a lot of laughs out of these video testimonials. Like when the Silent Bob character started talking, he did one, and his was just all over the place, and you could tell his mind was in 50 different places when he's talking. And a lot of the characters do this. There's even one kind of in a mid-credit scene with our main love interest, and it kind of didn't make sense because it was for people trying to let go of things. And of course, if you know where this movie's going, he has no need to do that. But of course, you were going to have to put one of them on there. All in all, though, while I wouldn't say rush to the theaters to go see this, if you need a new rom-com, I've seen lots worse. While this one is really predictable, while it's not going to be reinventing the wheel, the characters, and especially the main character, is interesting enough that you would find yourself invested in it. Now, would I pay a lot of money on VOD? Either no. If you get it cheap on VOD or it shows up on a Netflix or an Amazon or something like that, it's definitely worth checking out. I wouldn't rush to the theaters to go see it, but if you're in the mood for a rom-com in your home and it's cheap or free, then you should definitely check it out. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel. Like this video. If you have anything to say about the Broken Hearts Gallery, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I am your host, the Real Gino, Gino Reynolds. See you later.